Hello everyone, welcome back. Video number 10. Only took me 2.5 years to get here. So, and welcome to new subscribers. I've had a few recently, so welcome. I thought I'd start out just by telling you about my encounter last week. If you follow Pam and Steph, you know they were in Wisconsin last week, and I wanted to go up to Wausau to what was it called, the Needle Workshop on World Cross Stitch Day, to see them and for the sale and stuff, but ended up having to work that whole weekend. I had a coworker who was gone for a family reunion, so I ended up working, which is fine. So I had no expectations to see them. Wisconsin's a fairly big state, you know. They were going to be all over the place. Didn't expect anything. So I was following on Instagram, and I knew they were going to be going to Milwaukee on Tuesday, but even, you know, Milwaukee's a big area. I had to go down around 8:30 to pick up my mom and my niece from the airport. But you know, I was going to go to the airport and come home. Didn't think, you know, and when they said Milwaukee, I was thinking Milwaukee, not. So I was kind of, on the way home, my mom was like, can we go get something to eat? Because they hadn't eaten since lunch. It was like, you know, going on 9 o'clock at night. So after we named every single place between where we were and home, we decided on Cops. My daughter wanted to go there. We hadn't been in a while. They have the best fries. So pulling up to Cops, I was, yeah, the way it's set up, like 3 of the walls of the building, I guess, or it's just floor to ceiling windows, so you can see right in. So as I was pulling up, and I looked, I'm like, that kind of looks like Pam. And I turned, pull into the lot, and I looked again, and I'm like, and that kind of looks like Steph. Wait, is that Pam and stuff? And I said to this is all in my head. And then I'm like, oh, you guys, there's people in there that I know. And right away, my daughter was like, well, we won't let you go over there. We'll keep you over, you know, you can stay by us. We won't go in that area. You know, automatically thought it was one of those seeing people that you don't want to talk to and you gotta hide from. I'm like, no, I want to go say hi. So we get out of the car. I told them what to order me. They went one way, I went the other way, and I walked around, and I was just like, what are you guys doing here? This isn't Milwaukee. And the whole time Pam was just like, I can't believe it. What are the chances? But it was fun. I got to meet, I only talked a few minutes. I met Pam's sister, Laura, I think her name is. And then I got to meet Barb and Leanne from Lost and Floss briefly. Hopefully we'll get together sometime with other Wisconsin stitchers. So had to get a photo quick to prove that I saw them, and it was just kind of surprising that they were out that far. I mean, it's not that far. It's like 15, 20 minutes west of Milwaukee, but not where I was thinking they were going to be. So anyway, I'll get started on stitching stuff. No finishes this week, but I'll show you my whips. I think at one point, I don't know if I showed you any work on this, but I had gotten a pattern from dailycrossstitch.com. It was called a vintage camera, which I'll insert that picture here so you can see what the finished looks like. But I've been working on that, and I've gotten this far, which can't really tell what it is so far, and get my shutter camera shutter needle minder. And this is going to be one of those, you know, with the double lenses, one of those old, what the heck are they called? I can't remember. Anyway, that's that. And then my other whip that I've been working on is the giant Harry Potter from Cloud's Factory. Been using this for some of the magical stitches homework. I haven't been doing a lot of the homework. I'll do 1 week and then I'll skip like 3-4 weeks and then I'll do another one. But this week, fairly easy because it's, you know, we have to have a whip album and number them. So it's, you have to just work on a certain one. So that's pretty easy. The ones where it's like, you have to tie in your project to match some activity or whatever. Sometimes it's just too much for me to figure out how it fits, so I just skip them. Anyways, here was where I am on that. Been doing all this Gryffindor border and the Gryffindor banner. So I'm happy with how that's going. I'm loving that. Okay, yeah, those are the only 2 whips. And then a little bit of haul that I've gotten. After StitchCon, I was watching the Sunshine Stitchers, and I think it was Sheila who had showed some fabric that she got from Under the Sea Fabrics at StitchCon, and it was called As You Wish. And I was like, I have to have that. My family, and my husband was the first. He's always been a bit into Princess Bride movie from the 80s. There's a couple of 80s movies that if they're on TV, he'll watch them. So he started getting the kids watching them, and then I started watching it. So if you've ever seen that, you'll know that, man, I'm having a hard time thinking of things today. What's his name? Wesley. What he says all the time is "as you wish." So I had to have that fabric. So I got a piece of that. It's kind of a bluish with some yellowy green in there. And then I remembered, hey, I think there's a pattern on Cloud's Factory, Princess Bride. So I had to get that. And of course on the bottom it says "as you wish." So that is going to be stitched on As You Wish fabric. I think I'm going to surprise them all like at Christmas. And then I couldn't order just the one fabric, so I got, anyways, it's a 28 count Lugana. So I found this other color that I liked. It's kind of a lavendery color called Keone. So here's that. Shows better when I fold it. I don't know what I'll stitch on that. And then a couple weeks ago, looking at the Facebook Marketplace, and this post comes up, "Attention cross stitchers." Can't remember what it all said, but he had like multiple photos. He had tons of cross stitch stuff, fabric, thread, patterns, and I was like, oh, it was right in town where I live. I have to go see this. I have to go. I made my husband come with me because I'm not good, you know, with other people at dealing and whatever, because I was like, if it's good stuff, maybe I'll just take a bunch of it or see what he wants for the whole thing. So I got there, went through a bunch of the patterns, not a whole lot that I was really interested in. Turns out he was the stitcher. Cause I thought maybe they were getting rid of a stash from a family member that passed or something. But no, he was a stitcher, and what he had there that he was getting rid of was like half of what he had. And he had probably like 4 or 5 big like paper box or totes of patterns that I looked through. Got a few of those. He sold most of them for like $2. And then he had like a freebie box, so I grabbed this one, Heart and Hand Thanksgiving sampler, and it's got everything with it. I got this ink circles, kaleidoscope. I'd seen that one once before and had thought about it, but just never did it. And that one he's got fabric in it. And then another Heart and Hand Halloween medley. Because was a couple of videos ago I mentioned I didn't have much Halloween. Now it's like I'm buying all the Halloween. I'm not stitching any of it yet though. Because I saw this one too. Springberry Cream Designs cat lantern. That's a little jack-o'-lantern with a cat. And I think his eyes are peeking through the eyes of the jack-o'-lantern. And then a Carolyn Manning snowball top the tree. And that one comes with the buttons, and he also had fabric in there. And then another ink circles. I don't know if I'd probably change the colors and stuff. Probably do it in a purple. And then he had some fabric in there too. So those I think were all the $2 ones. And then he had like I said, a freebie box. So Love Spoken Here by La Di Da. What is this one? Bent Creek Baby. Why did I get this baby? I have no babies. I don't know. Blackbird Designs Home of the Brave. And then I think this was a download he had gotten. Shiny Sun cross stitching. Black Magic. It's a black cat. I don't know if I'll stitch it, but he's giving it away. So, Needlemania Jardin du Jour. Like a, says on the back, Garden of the Day. An original design by Mark Davis. Needlemania. And another download he had gotten, I think, Midnight in the Garden Sampler Cove. And he printed them and put them in folders like this. Oh, I forgot to show you my new start. I'll do that after the haul. Anyways, then he had a big tote of floss, DMC floss. That my husband's like, well, do you want to dig through there and see if there's anything you need? And I'm like, and he just goes, do you want the whole thing for $20? And I was like, sure. Turns out it was over 500 skeins, so I got it for less than 4 cents a piece. And there were some other random things in there that weren't DMC that would, so I thought that was a good deal. Now I still have to go and sort it all. And then he had a box of fabric, and I was going through there picking out a few. And finally I just said, well, how much do you want for this whole box? I mean, the ones I had picked out in my hand, you know, because they still had the you know, paper on it with what he paid for them. What I had in my hand was already, you know, like $40 worth, and there was still a ton more in there. He's like, $25? I was like, sure. Here's what I got. You can see this whole thing is full. So yeah, I got some fabric sorting to do. And it's mostly even weaves, linen. There's a couple tubes of 8 in there and stuff, but so yeah, that was a pretty decent haul. Oh, and I also got, he had some what is it? Hang on. Sorry if I'll cut that part out. Some gentle art threads that he was selling for like 75 cents a piece. So I took what he had of those and shared with some friends. Oh, and I also had gotten a Prairie Moon. Thine is the trick in the treat for $2. And so I had Amy from Gable Stitchers wanted that one, so I sent that to her. So yeah, I even have a list here. I forgot my new start. I even have I made a list this time and still can't remember. Anyways, I think I showed you last time that I had gotten the world's postage stamp. So I started that. This is a 28 count Monaco soft blue that I'm stitching it on. So here's my start on that. Just a couple of the frames around the stamp, and started a little bit in here in Roma. So I'm liking that. Like, love this fabric. And that's about it. Just I was gonna talk a little bit about some plans I have coming up. I really need to get started on my brother's pieces for the wedding. So hopefully we'll start that, at least the Mr. and Mrs. soon. So hopefully I'll have a start to show you then. I want to start on the Princess Bride. And then also, I don't think I've ever showed this. I had started the manatee by Heaven and Earth Designs. And a lot of the background is white. It's not white, it's like an off-white color. I can't remember. Anyways, I was doing it on white fabric. And at first I was like, oh, this will be fine. I'll stitch it. No big deal. But then the more and more I was stitching, I'm like, why am I stitching all this white? Because obviously the part I like is the manatee, and he's all like bright and colorful. Why am I stitching all this white? So a couple times I thought, oh, I should have the background removed and just stitched him. And had even thought of trying to do it myself. And, you know, a couple of people said to me, why don't you just do it yourself? So I laid out all the 25 pages, and I was just like, this is not gonna happen, because even in the background there was some blues mixed in for the waters, which were some of the same colors that are in the manatee, and I was like, I just do not have the patience to sit there and figure out where he ends in the background. So I went on the website, paid for the I figured it was worth it just to pay for the extra to have the background removed. So I did that this weekend, I think. And it was ready already today. So I have that already purchased and downloaded. Because, here, I'll show you. This is what I was stitching. It was all just, I mean, I only got one page done, and I just, the more I did it, and then it just sat, and I'm like, I'm just not happy with it. And I'd rather pay the extra money for that, and then you know, I paid for the pattern again because the whole royalty thing, you know, which is fine. So I found some fabric for that. I'm gonna do it like it's on a picture of this Plus Jazz, I think, kind of a bluish color. So I ordered that, so I can show you that next time, and hopefully I'll start that soon. And also I joined Drawloween through Stitch, I think it's Stitchonomy. It's a like a Halloween stitch along for October. It's free. I can put the link below on where you can join up, but so far she's released the frame, and then there's going to be multiple little mini motifs each day in October, so that'll be fun. Yeah, I think that's about it. So thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for watching. Go have some dinner. Go feed the cats that are probably starving to death out there. And I'll see you next time. Bye.